This time we're looking at keyboard shortcuts for the Nvda screen reader settings. Okay, so in our previous video, we looked at how to get into the Nvda settings to make alterations that you might want to have happen with your screen reader Nvda. So maybe you want to change the voice, maybe you want to change the pitch at which the voice is speaking to you, maybe you want to change how you hear capital letters and so on. Any of those changes, how the mouse reacts when Nvda is running, any of those changes you can make in the Nvda setting, and you can go into the Nvda settings dialog box, and we had shown that in the previous video. This video we're going to focus more on the keyboard shortcuts that can help you to change the Nvda screen reader settings. So let's do that now. So the first combinations we want to look at is with the insert and control keys, right? So let's do that now. Okay, so the first combinations with the insert and control keys are with the arrow keys, and we had mentioned this in the previous video, where insert control along with the left and right arrow keys will cycle you through the Nvda synth settings, meaning some frequently used settings of Nvda you'll be able to cycle through using insert, control, and left and right arrow. So let me do that now. I'm going to use insert control with the right arrow.
Rate boost off.
And that says rate boost off. So that setting just wasn't, so this setting it has reached is the rate boost. All right, let's insert control right arrow again.
Pitch 50.
And it says pitch 50. So this is the pitch. You can change the pitch of the voice right here. Insert control right.
Volume 100.
That's the volume of the screen reader. Let's go again.
Voice Microsoft David.
The voice, Microsoft David.
Rate 100.
And the rate, the speed at which the screen reader is speaking.
Rate boost off.
And we are back to rate boost. So insert control, left or right arrow will cycle you through all those frequently used settings that we just heard. However, upon being on each of those settings, you can use the insert control and up and down to change whatever that setting is. So let's see. I'm going to use insert control along with the left arrow to go back to the rate.
Rate 100.
And that said rate 100. Now that I'm on the rate, I'm going to switch to using my up and down arrows with the insert control to change the rate. So insert control down arrow will decrease it.
Rate 95. Rate 90. Rate 85.
And if you notice, it is going down by 5s, right?
Rate 80.
Right. Of course, I want it back up to 100, so let me use insert control up arrow.
Rate 85. Rate 90. Rate 95. Rate 100.
Right, so that is using the insert control keys along with the arrow keys to make changes to Nvda settings. Okay, moving on, we're gonna go through some other keyboard shortcuts for Nvda. We're not going to go through all, but let us just point out some interesting ones. Okay, firstly, obviously Nvda is running on this computer already, so in case you want to shut it down, to shut down Nvda or to stop Nvda from operating, you would use the keystroke insert Q. I like to say Q for quit, meaning quit Nvda. So let's go insert Q.
Exit Nvda dialog. What would you like to do? Combo box exit collapse Alt plus D.
Right, and it brings up the Nvda exit dialog box. If you were to up and down arrow through this dialog box, you could hear other settings like restart or whatever. But if you just want to exit, it is already on exit, so you would just press enter. I'm going to do that. And you heard that sound, meaning that sound means that Nvda has indeed shut down. So see, if I press up arrow, nothing is happening. Our screen reader is no longer speaking with us, right? Or to us. So insert Q shuts off Nvda. Okay, so we shut down Nvda, and obviously we need Nvda to be back on. So the keystroke to turn on Nvda is Control Alt N. 3 keys. Control Alt N, N for Nvda. Gonna press that now.
Taskbar.
And you heard that sound, and then you heard NVDA say taskbar. So NVDA has come back on stream. Control Alt N will turn on the screen reader, or if it was already running, Control Alt N would restart NVDA.
If the information here has been useful to you in any way, please consider leaving a like on the video, sharing it with someone else.
Okay, the next one I want to point out is insert 1, the number 1. Not one from the numpad, the one from the main pad or the alphanumeric pad of the keyboard, the big part of the keyboard. Insert and the number 1. Pressing it.
Input help on.
And it says input help on, which means that NVDA is now in input help mode. So you as a blind person with the screen reader running can just press any key on the keyboard without worrying about it affecting the functioning of the computer. So I'm going to press a letter.
Left alt.
Right, so in addition to pressing letters and it telling you, when you press other keys like Alt, it will tell you.
Left alt.
It will tell you any key you're pressing. Let me see.
Left control.
So that's the control key. Let me see.
Backspace.
And that's backspace. In input help mode, you can press any key without worrying that the functioning of the computer is being compromised. I'm going to press back insert 1 to turn off input help mode.
NVDA +1. Input help on.
Right, so there we go. All right, next keystroke I want to point out, insert 2. Again, 2 from the alphanumeric pad. Pressing it.
Speak type characters off.
And it says speak typed characters off. I want it back on, so I'm going to press insert 2 again.
Speak type characters on.
And basically this means that when you're typing or pressing any letter, it would actually say the letter, which, especially if you're someone with very little vision, you would want to hear the letters that you're pressing as you are pressing, right? So for me, I prefer the setting to be on, but maybe for someone else who has more or better vision than I do, they would not want to hear the characters spoken, so feel free to turn it off. Insert 2 turns on or off the speaking of the characters when you type. All right, next it's insert and the number 3. Insert 3.
Speak type word.
And it says speak typed words on. I'm going to turn it back off by pressing insert 3 again.
Speak type words off.
Right, and it's back off. This setting is if you are typing a word, for instance, in documents, and you type the word blind, B-L-I-N-D, and hit the space, NVDA would say to you blind. In other words, it would tell you that you just typed the word blind. And that is if you want that setting. I prefer it to be off. All right. Another interesting keystroke to point out, insert 4, pressing it.
Speak command keys on.
Speak command keys on. While this particular setting is active, you can press certain keys. The command keys that you wouldn't normally hear spoken to you would actually speak to you. So while in this mode, pressing the tab key will speak. Let's see. Let me press it.
Tab.
And it says tab. But if this setting of speaking the command keys was off, it would not say that, right? I'm going to turn it back off. So I'm pressing insert 4 again.
NVDA +4. Speak command keys off.
Good. Next, insert R. Let me press it.
Recognizing. Result document.
Right. So basically what this does is apply optical character recognition using Windows OCR. And OCR means optical character recognition. So this is helpful to a blind person because sometimes we get pictures that have text on them. And because it is in the form of a picture, however, the text is unavailable to your screen reader to read for you, and you want to know what's in that text. Well, optical character recognition technology can help us with that. So if you're on a picture and you want to know what the text is, while NVDA is running, you can use this keystroke, insert R, and it will apply the OCR, and then you can use your reading keys as usual to read whatever text NVDA was able to extract from it. All right. Next is insert T. Let me press it.
Taskbar.
And it says taskbar. So insert T really tells you the title of any window you're in. So I like to say T for title. Insert T. T for title. Just told us the taskbar because that's where we're focused. Let me see. If I switch into my Chrome window, what would it say?
Gmail, private and security.
So let me apply insert. Let me press insert team here and let us see what NVDA tells us.
Secure email at no cost. Google Workspace, Google Chrome, incognito.
Right. So it not only told us the name of the window, which was the Chrome, but it also told you which page in Chrome we're on, and apparently I am on the Gmail page. All right, so insert T, title of the window. Next, insert F. Let me press it.
No formatting information.
Oh, so it says no formatting information because right now NVDA is not really focused on it on any text. So insert F gives you formatting information. Let me see. If I switch into my Chrome window again.
Gmail.
Let me go to our Word.
Link for work. Link sign in.
So it's on the words sign in. Let me press insert F and see what we get.
Google sends 18 PT 12 PT bright aqua blue on white align left.
So it read off a lot of stuff there. Basically told us the type of font, the color of the font, and some other things. If you listen to my other, there's another video I have in Microsoft Word where I definitely go in more detail in this particular keystroke, insert F. But basically, insert F is for formatting. NVDA gives you formatting information about the text that you're currently focused on. Okay, next up, insert C. I'm gonna press it.
There is no text on the clipboard.
Right, there's no text on the clipboard. So basically, if you copied text from anywhere, whether it's in Word or if you were on Google and copied some text, of course you can use the Control-C keystroke to copy text. Whatever you copied, pressing the keystroke insert C, NVDA would tell you what that text is that is on that clipboard. Of course, right now we have nothing on the clipboard, but insert C would tell you the information or text that you have pasted on your clipboard. Okay, insert B. Basically, insert B will tell you all the controls in a window. It will read everything that's in the window. Let me press it.
Folder view list. Recycle bin 1 of 22. Color contrast analyzer 2 of 22.
And I just pressed the control key to interrupt speech because it is going to read everything that is in my window right now. So yes, insert B would read all the controls in a particular window, giving you all the information that's in that window. That's the purpose of the insert B keystroke. Insert N, we used this in the previous video. Insert N is to bring up the NVDA menu, pressing it.
NVDA menu.
Right. And of course, I'm just going to escape to get out of this. So you can use the NVDA menu to get into the settings of NVDA, to check for updates for NVDA, to exit NVDA, varying things. As long as you want to interact with NVDA, you can use the keystroke insert N to bring up the NVDA menu and then down arrow or up arrow through the options to make changes. Insert M will turn on or off mouse tracking. Let me press it.
Mouse tracking off.
So that says mouse tracking off. Let me turn it back on. So for visually impaired persons like myself, for me, I like to have this particular setting on. So with NVDA, the mouse, if the mouse is moved whatever it passes over, the text that's there, NVDA would read it to you. So if I can see a little bit, so if I use the mouse and I move it and it comes over text, whatever text that mouse is passing over, NVDA would read the text to me. So by pressing insert M and turning on or keeping on the mouse tracking, it allows me to have that. Next, insert tab. Let me press it.
Main focus.
The insert tab keyboard shortcut would make NVDA tell you whatever control is in focus. So right now, because we are focused on paint somewhere on our desktop here, it just told us that. Now I'm going to go back to using not just the insert key now, but using it in conjunction again with the control key for just about 4 settings to show you how to get into some particular sections of the NVDA settings dialog box quickly without having to go through the NVDA menu. Right, so let's go. Insert Control G will put you straight into the general category of the settings dialog box. Let me press it. Insert Control G.
NVDA settings, general, normal, general property page. NVDA language, requires restart combo box user default collapse.
You can see that it took us straight into the settings dialog box and straight into the first and straight onto the first control under the general category. All right, we can escape out of this.
Desktop list.
Next, insert Control K would put you straight into the keyboard settings of NVDA. Pressing that now, insert Control K.
NVDA settings, keyboard, normal configuration, dialog, keyboard property page, keyboard layout, combo box desktop collapse Alt plus K.
All right, let me just escape all that.
Desktop list.
Insert Control V would put us straight into the speech settings of NVDA. V for, well, V as in voice, but it actually puts you into speech settings. So let me press it. Insert Control V.
NVDA settings, speech, normal, speech property page, synthesizer grouping, edit read only multi-line Windows 1 for voices.
All right, let me escape.
Desktop list, recycle bin 1 of 22.
And the very last keystroke I want to show you today is insert Control M, M as in mouse, and it will take us straight into the mouse settings of NVDA. Pressing insert Control M.
NVDA settings, mouse, dialog, mouse property page, report mouse shape changes checkbox not checked Alt plus S.
Good, I'm going to escape.
Desktop list, recycle bin 1 of 22.
Okay, so to wrap up, yes, we can get into the settings of NVDA by pressing the insert N to go into the menu, down arrow to preferences, right arrow to open the side menu, and then enter on settings. And that would bring up the settings dialog box, which we can navigate. We did a video on how to navigate that particular settings dialog box, and I will link it in the description. You can go and check it out. So you can do that. Or to get some quick settings, you can use some of the keystrokes that we just went through. Hope this video was helpful. See you in the next one.
Don't forget to subscribe.